Alright. We're not doing it. Not today. Not today. Y'all see my acne going down. Y'all see that? Y'all see my acne going down? Oh, okay. I just had a whole full blown, like, I be talking like if I was on somebody's. I just said that. I just literally said that. Y'all don't know that because I wasn't filming. But I be having conversations like I was on somebody's talk show host. Like, I was on their podcast. Like, I was on their video. Like, they was asking me questions and I could answer, you know. But, you know, and like topics come to my head and I just be going with it, like talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Answering the questions. Now, y'all might call it crazy, like, you look crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I call it practicing because I feel it in my bones, like this was what I, like, yeah, like, I don't know. I was made to give my opinion, you know? Anyway, today's video. Instead of drive with me, I'm gonna title it a drive with me because I'm in my car. But I don't know if it's a technical drive with me. Let me just tell y'all. Come on, Maybelline. I'm gonna need y'all to sponsor me. All I'm saying. Like, if you sponsor me, and you know, my channel is so itty bitty right now, but you know, you could you could sponsor me. And I could be like, this is sponsored by Maybelline. And then you can put it on your Instagram. And then you can get people to come check me out, you know. And then it's showing you, it's telling the people. Like, we support not only all people, but we support even the small, non-existent creators on YouTube. Like, we don't just endorse, you know, famous people. Like, we also care about the small, little people too. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, Maybelline. Come on through. Alright, this is that lip gloss, y'all. And I mean, look at this. This is freaking gorgeous. $6.98 plus tax at Walmart. This is mine. This is my sister. Now, I asked her which one she wanted, and she wanted the brown one. This is this tint, which is like a white tint. Clear. Very nice. The brown is more of like a, even though it's clear, you can see it's more like a golden brown toned down tint. This lip gloss, I'm finna film this whole video and there's gonna be no cake. Or we finna test that out. Like, it should be no white stuff. No cake. This stuff is amazing, I'm telling you. So, we're gonna see though, because I never like just had, I've worn it and oh my god, it's been 3 minutes. Okay. No, this is bomb though. Shout out to Maybelline. Alright. They're not sponsoring this. Not yet anyway. Coming soon. So today's video, but I did want to say, like, I've worn this and I've eaten food and it's still on my lips and I've worn it and it's still like love. So we'll see, like, if it's really bomb, like I think, if it don't do no caking. All right, so today's video, and I was very hesitant. I've been going back and forth for a couple days, like, should I talk about it? So I saw this woman and her name was Candace Owens. Candace Owens, okay? So she's a conservative, and I think she says she's a Republican. And so I got an ear pimple, it hurts. But I just want to go, like, Candace Owens. So one thing she was talking about was the left. She always called them the left. So she called them the Democrats. So, and the Democrats. And then I was watching this video on the KKK leaders. And this one man in particular, he was talking about, I don't really know his name, but he was talking about also the Democrats. And so what both of them have in common is that the Democrats were funded by people who don't even really support the black people. Okay? I did a little bit of homework, just not that much. But I do, I've never been a fan of Republican and Democrat. Like, I've never been I've always been like, I don't pick a side there. I love that the Democrats love helping people. However, they are too, like, they just want to take all the money. Like, we work hard for our money, and to, like, taking all these taxes and all this money out of my money that I get up and work, and you talking about these people be on the system from the time that they are born to the time that they're die, to the time that they die. Like, that is absolutely absurd. Like, I'm all for helping people, but help people who want to help themselves. There should be a time limit of how long you can stay on the system with a limit of kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? My teacher, I was in 9th grade, and she was like, they take all these taxes out, for food stamps and stuff like that. And I was getting defensive. I was like, because, we was having food stamps at the time. I'm like, no. But I see what she's talking about. I see what she's talking about. Like, people are literally sitting at home doing nothing, and I'm working, and I'm paying for their food stamps. And they'll never get off the system. People constantly abuse that. That's what I'm saying. I like the Democrats want to help people, but you need a time limit for that. And stop taxing the heck out of poor people. Like, we already poor, living check to check, or whatever. Like, and I'm being constant taxed for somebody to stay on the welfare system to the day that they alive, to the day that they die. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. I do love that the Republican Party has, like, what I like about them. What I like about the Republicans. I do like that they are not like that. Like, they're not just so free-handing. Like, she made some points about Donald Trump, about how he was actually helping, like, with the unemployment rate and stuff like that. And I like that. So it's things that I really still don't fully understand, because nobody really talked about it in school, like, fully. And I mean, I guess, you can go pick up a book. I know I can pick up a book and go read. But, for the most part, I still, like, Republicans are more like work hard. Democrats are more like, we'll give it to you. Yeah, you're in the bind. We'll give it to you. I agree with helping people. Like I said, it's a cutoff date. And I agree with helping people, but not just giving it to them. And that's how I feel like, the different, in my eyes, how they differ. I'm pretty sure politically, I'm not a politician, I'm not in politics, but it can go much, much deeper than that. But for me, just being just a regular person or whatever, with pretty much to no knowledge, I really should. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna talk about some stuff, but I'm not gonna say I just really educated myself on these topics. Just based off what they were saying is where I'm coming, like, I'm gonna give my opinion about. So please take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Okay. But yeah, but she was saying how the Democrats are, not here for us, and just like she's saying it, and then the KKK member saying it, like, it was just like, okay, I mean, okay. One thing she was also touching on was, and this is another thing, like, how Black people are making everything a racial move, like making everything about racism. Because that's what the Democrats want. They want you to make every single thing about being a Black person race thing. Like, she was like the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, I'm going to do hers and then the KKKs. Okay. Racism, I feel like you should not use that word lightly. However, racism is something that Black people are really experiencing, I would say, at more at an all-time high right now. And yeah, I do feel that some Black people do make everything about race, and that's not always the case. But if you look at some of, like, the evidence that's going on, like, it's clearly racism. So, I understand what she's saying. I feel like the Black Lives Matter movement is something that's important. But to be learning that some of the people are literally, like, I was watching on Married to Medicine. The girl was beautiful. She's a young woman, and she was just peacefully protesting, and the police knocked her teeth out. You know what I'm saying? And that's peaceful. So I do feel that I could see where she's coming from in that term of like, let's just push racism, like that's like that, but that's literally not like the only problem. And if that's what she means, like how the Democrats are making it just like only about racism, like, and that's all that they're going in on, and black people just follow, I could see like what she means. If she means that that's like, that's a part of like the issues that we have on the everyday today, but that is not like the only issues that we have. Like, we have so many other issues, and that's going on, but they only want to focus on this one section. And if that's what she means, I understand. But yeah. I can now the KKK person. So he was like, something he said that really was just like true. We don't have to kill black people. We don't have to do that. We go drop a truck full of alcohol, drugs, guns, drop it off in their towns. They'll kill themselves. They'll do it for us. We don't have to do nothing but sit back and laugh and watch it on television. It's what he said. Paraphrasing. But that's what he said. And it's just like, that's so true. That is so true. One thing that I do know with Candace Owens is what I do like about her is that she just wants black people to look at the bigger picture and open your minds and be broader into what you're learning. You know what I'm saying? And not just go for what somebody says, and really do the research and homework for yourself. Like, I can agree with that. Like, not being closed off or just one-minded. You know what I'm saying? And really looking at things for what they are, for not for what you imagining, but for look at things for what they are. I think Trump is a racist person, just based off the little clips and little things that I've seen. However, she was like, he is not a racist person. Like, he talks about all races, all type of ways. I don't know. Like, see, I mean, because if you look at little clips and things, like she said, like, people would take little clips and things and make it something that, and it's not even that, you know what I'm saying? So in that regard, I mean, I don't really sit down and watch TV, and I don't really sit down and watch Donald Trump. I just go really based off the little clips and hearsay. Like, I can't do that. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to give my opinion about somebody, I need to give a opinion, like a genuine opinion about somebody, not taking little clips and hearsay and making my judge. Like, cause I mean, I don't really pay attention to him like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So before I can say anything about anybody, I need to sit down and watch, not all, but at least majority or different videos of him talking. You know what I'm saying? So, but Donald Trump is just a, okay. Anyway, but okay, so that's what I feel like. Candace Owens wants you to think for yourself, look at things for what they are, and just look at all the angles and things, and just open your broader, open your mind, be a broader way of thinking, and not just being so narrow vision, or not just listening to hearsay. So the KKK leader, now he was like, and I listened to like one or two video. I watched like 2 or 3 videos or whatever, but from just 2 people. And I just was like, I can't continue to watch this. It's just really a waste of time. But what I did, because I want to understand, like, why were you created? Okay, you were created to white. They were like, I'm not white supremacist. I'm not racist. But our main goal is separate but equal. Okay. When things were separate but equal, first of all, I mean, how can your organization be founded on separate but equal when things were already separate but equal before white Europeans? Because that's all you learn in the freaking history books, how white Europeans came and destroyed the freaking world, how they took over everything and wanted to degrade everybody. Because if you really want to think about it, that's all that they're teaching you. They're just proving our point of the racism. They're proving our point of one race trying to be superior. They're proving our point of one race who really the hyenas and the wild people. Because it ain't the minorities. Anyway, everything was separate but equal. Y'all said y'all mission was separate but equal. People were spread it out. People had their own land. People had their own thing. People was doing their own thing. Nobody asked you to bring us over here. First of all, I don't know nobody who asked to be brought from anywhere to be a doggone slave. Because that's crazy. Why would I want to leave where I'm from to come over here and work for little to nothing and then raise, cook, clean your house and do all the work, hard work for you? I mean, I had it good over here compared to this bull. Like, I didn't ask you to come and get me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you to take my land. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about minorities in general. I didn't ask you to come and take my land. I didn't ask you to sit here and promise me things. You know, we making agreements and then turns out you lying about everything and you leave me out to dry. Like, so if your mission was to keep it separate but equal, you need to go and get the white Europeans to give people what they took and stole and go give and tell them people to give them people what they owe back. Period. Like, y'all really messed up the whole dynamic. You know what I'm saying? People were getting along for the most part. Like, people was doing their own thing, separate but equal, doing their own thing and thriving. But y'all want to come and F up everything. And now y'all got all these issues with integrating. And I'm just like, we were good where we was at. Y'all kind of F it up. So it ain't our fault. You know what I'm saying? Also, I don't understand why you are so bothered because I'm black, you're white, and we you know, I work at the grocery store, you work at the grocery store. What? I'm the head manager and you work under me. Why are you so bothered by that? What does that got to do with anything? Not a hot dang on thing. Racism was made to make a mess. It was here to cause havoc. It was here to cause and raise havoc for no reason. Okay? In one of the videos, he was like, we domesticated y'all. We came over there to get you and bring you over here to domesticate you. And I'm like, I didn't ask you to come get me. You could have left me where I was. I was going good. Baby, I was thriving. Okay? I was thriving. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like, you get mad when different cultures are thriving too. You don't want me thriving. You want me at the bottom. You want me forever at the bottom. You want to be the only one to be able to take vacations, to provide for their family, to have the best of the best. Y'all are the only race that want that for just the white people. That ain't cool, but that ain't racism. All you care about is separate but equal. When your people came and bothered other people for no reason to take over everything, but you want separate but equal. That makes zero sense. But you get mad for when people are fighting for their rights, are fighting just to even get their foot in the door, not to be, we ain't even talking about treated equally, because that in itself is just another struggle. We're talking about just to even get the basic rights of a human being. Like, you getting mad, like, you know, y'all can't be talking about y'all not racist and we the only, like, black people are so this and that, when y'all got just as much killers, y'all got just as much psychos, y'all have just as much bad people as the next. You know what I'm saying? What does he used this example? He didn't teach his kids racism. He never taught them that. He said he let his kids go play with the minorities, the little Mexican and a black boy, the black kids, if I'm not mistaken, but the minorities. And they were stealing from them, and they kids just, I don't like them. First of all, some people steal, some people kill, manipulate. Some people do that. But that does not mean all black people are like that. That doesn't mean all minorities are like that. I don't like that because, you have one bad apple or a few bad apples out of a bunch. You grouping me in. That ain't who I am. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Just like with white people. I can't say everybody is racist. Everybody's not racist. You got white people who literally, I would see on Facebook, peacefully protesting, have in their yard with a sign, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. It matters. Peacefully. There'll be knitting, and there'll be older white women, which is shocking because you would think, because they are older, they're so much more into, like, the racism. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all literally killing our kids over bush, killing our fathers, killing, our people for no reason. And he was like, black people were killing 500,000 white people, and then white people were killing not even a fraction of that. Look, I do know that the news limits you to the information, and you're not gonna necessarily find that all what you need to know on the news. You're gonna have to go out, look at different, all the news sources, look at read all the books. You can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't just get all your information from one sources. And I agree with that. Like, everything that's on the TV, they're not necessarily bringing all the important data and information. You have to go look for that, and I agree with that point. However, well, I agree, with that point. The media can make you just only show you a certain thing, a certain, certain portion, certain parts, just certain things. They don't tell you everything. You have to go out and do a bit more homework and stuff like that. So I agree with that. But at the end of the day, we're here. We're black. We're here. We're black people. We're here. We're minorities. We're here. We want to thrive. We want to be great and successful too. The thing is, yo people, white people, right? White racist people. Not every white person is racist. However, it's just too many racist mother lovers. But anyway, the racist white people get mad. Because, see, we could be thriving. And some of us are thriving. But why is it that y'all try to come in and mess that up? Because you did. You did. You messed up every freaking culture. You took and stole and manipulated. But we the bad guys? First of all, you need to go, you want to talk about black people not doing their history. You need to go do your history. You need to open up a history book for that these fifth graders reading. And it's just going to tell you a bunch of bull of how the white people are taking stuff that don't belong to them, ideas, how they taking land, how they taking everything from other cultures. But we the savages, and we this and that. When that's just simply not true. Another thing that they love to do, which I'm going to end this video, is talk about God, right? That the KKK is something that's very Christian based. I'm not going to go too heavily on that or in that just because I haven't read the Bible for myself. but I'm going to start. Is I do know that God wants us to love one another and treat one another right. So, judging me based off my race, judging me based off my skin tone or the shade it is, you already not doing what God asked you to do. God did have his chosen people. Okay? But he had his chosen people to spread the message, not to tear other people down and make them feel less than and make them feel like they don't deserve to be here. Now, so it's just like, what Bible are you reading? Are you reading the Old Testament? Are you in the New Testament? You know what I'm saying? Are you reading the New Testament? Are you reading just certain parts where they make you feel good about yourself? They make you feel like, yeah, racism is cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or treating people less than, or, you know, like, that doesn't, no. It's crazy because they want to talk about Christianity and God, but God don't treat people like that. God treat, because we were all made as one. So, if you really believe what you're reading, then apply that. That, you know what I'm saying? And you can't apply that. Like, his main purpose is to get people to learn about him, worship him only, and be better people. Period. It is not to take one race, make them much better than everybody, and everybody else is stuck in poverty looking crazy. That is not his goal, but that's y'all goal. And it's just going back to what Candace said, like, you know, pushing the racism thing. I get what she's saying, but at the same old time, if you look, all this stuff stems from racism. Everything is really stemming from racism. So, I mean, yeah, I see, like, where the party could, you know, just focus on that and just make black people angry and make them, you know, try to go out here and set them up for failure. I could see that side, but I also see the side where if you looking at all this hurt and all this chaos, it's from racism. It's from people, white racist European people coming in and destroying people mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. All of it stems back to racism. That's all I'm saying. Like, everything is not racism. Every issue that we have is not racism. Some of the things that happen to our culture is because of we continue bad cycles and that we need to stop. But a lot of this stuff, when you're talking about I am a dark-skinned woman. I am a natural hair woman. Right now I'm straight just because I can deal with it better. But, like, I have natural hair. I'm dark-skinned. I'm tall. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to walk out and not have to deal with, like, I have to deal with white people, and I have to be like, they are already judging me, especially, like, where I'm in the South, so they already, you know, they're not rude, because, I mean, they still want your business and they still want your money, which is crazy, but anyways, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I walk through the door, they don't speak to me. They don't greet me. And it's not because they don't know me. It's because I'm not white. I paid my tires, for example. I got these tires, and I paid just about $600 for these tires. That lady didn't greet me one time. White people came through that door. Hello. How you doing? I went to like I said, I don't know if I said this, but I went to a Korean or Japanese place. And literally, every white person that walked through that door, hello, every black person, nothing. How may I help you? Once, you know, you get to the little window thing. Not hello and how may I help you. It was just, how may I help you? You know what I'm saying? So, right there, that is racism. It's passive aggressive racism. And that ain't me just trying to make everything about racism, but it's things, but that is racism, because how are you gonna speak to all these white people and you a freaking minority yourself? Okay, it's crazy. But also how every minority that come through that door, you don't speak. Only people you speak to are white people. You greet them. That is passive aggressive racism. Like, this man, literally, I'm like, I dang on near wanted to just say, screw him and I'm tired. But I had my sister and she was sleeping. And because I called the man yesterday. And I don't think I sound white. So I don't really know what the hell was the issue. But he wasn't there. Anyway, he was doing some more stuff. I don't know. But anyways, he yeah, you know, I was just like, okay, everybody I'm calling, you know, white, really, that own these shops. I'm like, okay, I don't mind. Like, okay, you white, great. But I always have this notion, like, I'm black, and I'm dark skinned, and I got an afro. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna go, because I already know, like, how they already view me. How, like, they already got their minds made up. You don't even know me. You don't even know me. That's why, but let me finish the story. But yeah, the guy, I was talking to the guy. I had a great conversation with him. He just seemed really nice. And I went to that one in particularly because I really loved his energy. I was like, yeah, this is the one. I go in. It's beautiful. You know, she spoke to the other people or whatever. I walked in. She wanted to act like she didn't see me or whatever. She was sweeping. And then she's like, how may I help you? Or whatever. So I got the assistance. And then I'm like, okay, I want to go sit down. This girl's heavy. She's sleeping. And I'm like, he was just like, you know, you can drop your car off and you can leave. Or I'm just like, okay. He kept saying that over and over. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. But he just kept saying that over. I was like, okay, well, I don't live here. I live an hour away from here. So just call. I'll get somebody to come and try to get me. And I'll call you. And just call me an hour in advance so I can get here. And he was like, nah, that's okay. And I wouldn't sit down. I was like, I don't give a crap. Like, if I got to sit here from 3 or 4 hours, I'm going to do that. That's what I'm like. And you started hassling me about going home. Like, nigga, I don't live here. You know what I'm saying? Respect that. But see, if I would have got ugly, it would have been some more stuff. I would have been in the wrong. I already answered your question. Why do I have to continue to repeat myself? I'm good with waiting. I already said that. I don't have to keep saying that 10, 30 times. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. It's like, do you not want me in your establishment? Do you not want me to go sit down? Because if I can't go sit down, I need to go head on and go get some more tires. But what's crazy, it's so pretty, it's so pristine, and the white people in the front. A black guy was working on my car. So I was like, yes, I got a black mechanic. You know, I had seen them when I pulled off. I was like, okay, good, we got some black people here. These should be okay. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't, you know. But that don't mean nothing. They always have black mechanics, you know what I'm saying, in the back, you know, and all the white people in the front, and still act stupid, like with the black people. Don't have, like, you hassling me. Passive aggressive racism. Yeah, the white people, they came in, and I'm watching them. They came in with, you know, whatever, whoop de whoop. I don't know who was saying whoop de whoop. Somebody was saying whoop de whoop. But anyway, they came in, they sat down, got their stuff, whatever, and then they sat down. No hassle. I guess because for one, I was new. Two, I had a baby. I look, I guess, kind of young. I don't know, because I feel like I'm 90 years old. But anyway, I look kind of young or whatever. I don't know, but I was very polite. I was very respectful. And you still hassling me about something like that I already answered. You know what I'm saying? But being the queen that I am, I remain respectful and I remain calm because I have to, because I need this service. And the guy in the head manager, I never met him, but the guy came back, you know, was like, oh, because I was going in for a certain amount of some tires, and the tires wasn't there. And so he was like, you're going to be here for some time. Like, these tires are not going to be till the afternoon. Because I was like there at 9. So I'm going to give you the full picture. All right. So Long story short, basically, I woke up. It was me and my sister. She was sleeping in my arms. I went into the place. The lady was acting like she didn't see me, and then she was like, "How may I help you?" And then I told her, and then she called the guy over the other guy. I guess he was like the salesperson. Came over there, and I was like, I called yesterday about some tires, some Yamaha tires. And he was like, well, I don't know. He was like, well, who do you speak to? I was like, I don't really know. But he was like, oh, you probably spoke to the manager. Or I spoke to him or the manager. Either or. Anyway, he went back to the manager to check, and he was like, oh, okay, those tires they're not gonna be here till after lunch. Like mine, you was like early, so it's like 9 something or whatever. It's early. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just wait. And he was like, well, they're not going to be here till after lunch. And I'm like, I'll just wait. I said, that's fine. He was like, well, you know, you could leave it and somebody can come pick you up. And I'm like, I'm like, I'll just wait. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't taking it. So I was just like, I don't live here. I live like an hour out. So call me like an hour in advance, you know, before y'all get done. You know what I'm saying? So I can get here on time. And he was like, okay, well, hold on. And he went back to the back, and I went and sat down because that girl, like, she's sleepy. She was asleep, and she heavy. Tyler's are freaking heavy. And so I went and sat down. So then he came back over there. I was already sitting down, and he was like, well, we'll give the Toyota tires are actually even better than the Yamaha tires, and we'll price it for the same price. And I got my tires. But at the same time, I just feel like he didn't want me sitting in that waiting room, you know, like, because he kept pestering me after I told him, like, I was fine with waiting, and that bothered me. So, me personally, if I can avoid it, I won't be going back to that service shop, you know, because I ain't got to go through all that. If I said I'm cool with waiting, I'm cool with waiting. Like, what was the issue? You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Woo! Alright. So I was talking to my uncle. Obviously, y'all ain't gonna hear that conversation because I'm gonna edit it out. Obviously, but see, then I don't know where I left off. So I can't title it a drive with me because we driving with me. We driving with Tim. Alright, so this video is long as crap. And if you're seeing this and you're listening, like, I'm not finna go back and repeat myself over. This is long. It's long. So, basically, I don't know where I was left off. I don't know. But, yeah, like, a lot of this stuff stems from racism, and I can see why, you know. But nevertheless, basically, I don't want, and this is how I feel. A lot of people be like, you see my color. I mean, you don't see my color, you don't see me. You don't see my color, you don't see me. Look, I don't want you looking at my color unless you're gonna compliment it. Now, if you're gonna already have a biased attitude already, see, white people with me, I don't have a biased attitude. I have a type of attitude. It's either gonna be great, or it's either gonna be or it's either just gonna be straight up disrespectful. Period. That's how I go in. I go in with anybody like that, but I'm especially even more on edge when it comes to white people because of the history with black people. Okay, but I don't already automatically say that this is a white racist human being, and I can already expect attitude. I don't go in like that, but I do feel like white people, the darker you are, the more natural you are, like with your hair and stuff. Like, I do feel like they go in like that. You already having a preconceived notion of who I am. I don't want you to see my skin color. I don't want you to see my race. Because every race, and I've said this before, has their flaws. Every race has their stigmas, and every race has people who have flaws. So no race is perfection. No matter how much you want it to be, that just ain't natural. You ain't God, so stop it. You never will be, period. So nobody's perfect. That's never going to happen. We got that out of the way. Okay, so I don't want you to see my color. I don't want you to see my race. I want you to see and hear and feel my soul. Okay, my soul is talking to you right now. Okay, I don't have a negative soul. That's not who I am. I have a positive, peaceful soul. You know, that's what I have. That's what you need to see when you see me. You don't need to see that I'm just a black lady. You don't need to see that I'm a dark skinny black lady, like African American. Like you don't need to see that. If you're gonna already base me off preconceived notions, you don't need to see that. All you need to see is what I bring to the table. And if that's respect, kindness, and joy, then you need to give that back to me. I don't deserve all that extra nastiness because I didn't give that to you. And not because I'm trained to. That's because I was taught manners and how to respect people in general. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you want to see my color, like I'm a dark-skinned, beautiful black African American woman, you know, like see that. But if you're gonna have a biased opinion because of that, I don't want you to see that. I want you to see what I bring, which is my energy, which is respect, which is kindness, which is joy. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand? Like, this video is long as heck. I really personally don't think nobody's gonna sit through this entire video just because y'all barely be sitting through the 5 minutes. So, but if you do, thank you so much. Like I said, I didn't do massive research. I just was watching and listening to videos, and that's what I got from it. That's how I view it. And yeah, so that's my take on that. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.